Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Tarot Talk Live, my beautiful soul tribe. This is your girl, Catherine, with another conspiracy theory shorts, and we are going to get right into it. But before we do, I just want to remind you that this is for entertainment purposes only. Everything that we say here is alleged. All right, and let's keep it kosher, and let's go ahead and get it started. Hello, everybody. Welcome back, my beautiful squad. And let's get started. Before we do, for everybody who is new to the channel, I would like to first welcome you and thank you so much for being subscribed. Okay. And also, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. And I appreciate it so much. And if you can also hit that like button for me, please hit the like button. It should be somewhere around there. Somewhere down there. Go ahead and hit the like buttons for me. And I really would appreciate it very much. All right. Let's get started with the reading. And, the last reading that I did, you guys, struck a chord, okay? It struck a chord in me, within me, because there are a lot of things that I have not delved into properly, okay? It has been my goal ever since I started this channel to really get into the aspect of the gift that I have been given, also the things that I have been shown. I have a responsibility, I feel like, to speak the truth, tell the truth, spread the truth, okay? Whatever that means. And while I say everything on this channel is alleged, all energy is real and true. And energy doesn't lie, spirit doesn't lie, and the cards don't lie. But again, take everything how it resonates, when you listen to these readings. And we are not at all accusing anyone of anything, of any crimes or anything of that nature. Everyone is always innocent until presumed guilty in a court of law. I have to say that before my readings because I never know what is going to be coming out in these readings or what questions I'm going to ask. So I do have to say that, but let's go ahead and get moving. Everything else that you need to know about me and this channel is in the description box below. Please check out my other two channels, Queen Cancer Tarot and She Reads Tarot, where I read for all 12 signs. And make sure you are subscribed on both of my other channels, okay? All right. Now, the membership access is on my other channel, Queen Cancer Tarot. So if you're interested in becoming a member in the membership, please head over to Queen Cancer Tarot to check that out. And there is something for all three channels for being a member of the top tier, which is $9.99 a month. So head over there to check out the details to see everything that is included and everything that you will get for being a member. All right. It also includes a free question of the month, you guys. So, all right. So let's get started. Y'all, I'm sorry about that. I don't know what the heck happened. I thought I just clicked you guys off. All right. So in the last reading, we started getting into other questions, and I said I was going to come back and we'll do episode number 23, and we will cover the question regarding Israel's army, the position of the United States, and as far as the leaders go, we're calling them NYU and DT, okay, just for short. You all know who it is. Okay, so the leaders of each of the countries, we've given them abbreviations. Okay, all right. So Israel, okay, Israel wants to continue strikes on Lebanon and Iran. Okay, that's fine, Israel. That's what you want to do. Okay, well, will you be able to sustain it? Because it doesn't seem like your military is handling it very well. Like the Israeli army, they're they're basically loitering homes and taking control of citizen property, looting, and other things. So obviously, it's not going too freaking well. Can you imagine our military? Can you imagine our military going in once you start looting civilian homes for food and rations and things like that? Like you're desperate. Like your country doesn't love you, buddy. You know what I mean? If it has gotten to that point, you're not being taken care of by your home front. Okay. So that is the situation when it comes to their military. They're in dire straits. Their army is not doing well. Okay. And they're having a hard time recruiting military. Okay. People aren't just signing up. So my question is, if they choose to take this approach, this continued approach, will their military be able to sustain it? Okay, so let's just see. Let's see. Looking at what's the vibe here. Oracle. And then we'll look at the tarot messages afterwards. Okay, will Israel's army be able to sustain continued strikes on Lebanon and Iran? Will Israel's army be able to continue strikes? So we already got feminine energy in the reverse, okay? Gentleness, nurturing, mothering. So this is giving me abundance in the reverse. This is giving me very rough times ahead, okay? Very, very rough times ahead. And then I have toxic here. I picked it up weird, but it came out sideways, but I'm taking it upright. Drama, arguments, and incompatible. Do you see that? Incompatible. Incompatible. Insufficient. I mean, what else do we need to see here? Wow. Let's get one more. And then we'll look at a different deck, and then we'll look at the tarot messages. Will Israel's army be able to sustain continued strikes on Lebanon? Okay, well, a lot wanted to come out with that. Okay. So we have burned bridges, hopeless, and sipping. Okay. And it fell out in the reverse here. Lack of trust, disloyal, and turned back on. Hopeless here. Loss. It says depression, and then ooh, that word. And then we have sipping here, rumors, gossip, and nosy. And this is all in the reverse. Crossing a bridge, things starting to look hopeful. And then we have sipping in the reverse. So, an energy of not listening to what others are saying, not listening to what others are saying. Toxic. And then we have a situation that is everything but nurturing. You know what I mean? Very abusive, very rough, very difficult. Do you see what I mean? Lack of compassion, a very, very difficult time. Incompatible. Yeah. Once this bridge is crossed, there's an energy of crossing a bridge that they didn't think they would be able to cross. Something is going to change. Will they be able to sustain their military? Will Israel be able to sustain their military? So something is going to change here. There's going to be a situation well, it looks like there's a situation that is very toxic, right? There's going to be a very difficult time. It's going to be rough. It's going to be difficult. But there is going to be a crossing of a bridge, a burned bridge. This is a bridge that one thought that could not be crossed. So something is going to happen, but it's going to bring hope. There's going to be hope after this. So I'm getting an energy of some sort of a turnaround here. It's something that I feel like people are talking, but they're not being like negative. It's almost an energy of being positive. There's going to be something, some hopeful talk, almost like something like a talk of peace. There's going to be some sort of talk of peace, but let's look under the deck. What is it that we're not seeing with this? Well, there it is. You have narcissist here, this egotistical, opportunist, and fragile. So this is going to be a very fragile talk. Peace talks are going to spur up at the last minute in a situation where people thought that no bridges could be mended here. So we have daydreaming here, head in the clouds, delusion, hopes, and dreams. And then we have glow up and we have laughter. So I'm getting an energy of something positive. It's going to be fragile, but it's going to depend on. I feel, see, this talks about a narcissist that has some sort of delusions or that's having delusions. But I feel that things are going to be changing. See, this talks about new opportunity and successful. I'm getting succession. There's going to be a change. I feel like there's going to be a change in leaders. This says new career, but I'm seeing new leader intuitively because we have laughter here. I'm just getting an energy of someone new coming on the scene. It says happiness, joy, and healing. There's something that's going to be changing. Take it how it resonates, but there's something changing. Consequences, stagnant, and we have exhausted here. And then smell the roses. Something is going to be changing. Things are going to slow down, but things are going to slowly get better as well. It's going to be stagnant for a while, right? The consequences of this increased battle that has been going on for some time, it's going to take a minute, okay? But things are going to start to get better over time. So let's just see, what does the tarot messages say here? And then we'll move on to the next question. So there may be something, there's going to be some sort of a fragile peace talk. Okay, we have Page of Swords. This is an energy of a message. People talking, this is communication, but it's also anxious communication, right? So like people are not sure of whether or not it's going to maintain, but then something is going to happen. It's going to be a change. Yeah. There's going to be healing after this change comes about as well. We look, we have the Hanged Man. This is all about a period of stagnation. Okay, this is also an energy of someone who's waiting on something to happen. So the Page of Swords and the Hanged Man is an energy of someone who's, they're nervous. They're stressed out about what is getting ready to take place, or, they're asking questions. They don't know really how things are going to look. They don't know what things are going to end up like. They're just kind of hanging around waiting. What else do we have here? Okay. So we have the King of Cups here, okay? And we have the Magician. So this is an energy of separation, distance, but there's someone who's not giving up. Okay, that King of Cups, this is someone who is very passionate and devoted. And then we have the Magician. This is an energy of someone who's devoted to making something happen. The Magician is also the person that is responsible for pulling things off, making things happen, making things manifest. This is also an indication of someone doing things or making things happen from a distance, pulling strings, or someone who's devoted to making something work, but they're doing it from a distance. So there's behind the scenes negotiating. This is what I'm telling you right now. There's going to be some sort of behind the scenes deal a peace treaty of some sense. It is going to be a little, iffy. You know what I mean? With fragile here, it's going to be iffy. There's going to be things that happen. You guys already know during a ceasefire, it's not ever really a ceasefire. They're firing at each other constantly, right? That's why things escalate and can go into full blown what they call, crisis, right? So look, under the deck, there it is, the Knight of Cups, negotiations. I told you. And look, the Three of Pentacles working together with the Sun. I'm telling you right now. And the Nine of Wands. Okay, so here's what is going to happen with this. I feel that there's going to be a period of crisis. There's going to be some iffy conversations and there's going to be some anxiety. But I'm seeing with the King of Cups here and the Knight of Wands, or the Knight of Cups, the King of Cups, and the Knight of Cups, okay? This is someone who is devoted to making some sort of negotiation. And with the Three of Pentacles, they're negotiating peace, okay? Negotiating, working together. Look at this, y'all. Knight of Cups and the Three of Pentacles. Peace negotiation, peace treaty, working together. Okay. This is freaking, this is what I needed to hear. We have the Hierophant behind it all. This is beautiful. Ascension, right? The Four of Cups is here. This is an energy of someone who is kind of separating themselves emotionally, distancing themselves from a situation. So I feel like things are going to cool down. This is giving me energy of emotions are cooling here, or people are going to back into a respective corner long enough for some sort of a deal or peace treaty, even if it is, listen, I feel it's going to be temporary. I really do. There's so much evil and greed and people who are not willing to play by the rules. But I'm telling you right now, there could be a potential temporary peace deal or treaty. Okay. Next question here. Okay. It's also said that the Israeli army is dwindling, right? Is that correct? And if so, will other neighboring countries like Syria get involved against? Because like if Israel continues doing what they're doing, I do feel that other countries will get involved and it won't be good, right? So if Israel continues doing what it's doing and that their army is dwindling, all of this, will other neighboring countries like Syria get involved, or what is the energy around it? I'm just curious about it because I'm telling you right now, if Syria gets involved, we're cooked. Okay? Mark my words. We have tension in the reverse. Look at this. We have vacay in the reverse. And we have puzzled in the reverse. Yeah, there's the energy of with tension in the reverse. They don't want any trouble, right? This says stressed out, migraines, and worrying, but this is in the reverse. They don't want any problems, right? There's an energy of, it says get away, relax, have fun in the reverse. And then we have perplexed, conflicted, and confused. No, there is no confusion. There's an energy of not having any confusion. It's not going to be fun, and they're not going to be able to get away. So, conflicted in the reverse, stressed out in the reverse. Yeah. There's already some sort of an agreement or a plan in place. And it's not going to be good if other countries get involved. They're not going to be able to get out of this situation. This is going to be a situation that Israel is not going to be able to get out of. Their army is not going to be able to get out of it. It's not going to be a good thing for anyone. However, look, under the deck, we have Archangel Michael. We have hopeful here, see? And we have trapped, okay? So we even have longing coming in after all of this. This talks about a reunion here. There's protection. I feel like there's divine protection around this situation. There is still hope. I feel like we need to continue to be prayerful. I'm just getting an energy of needing to be prayerful about this situation. God has the last say so in this matter. This is a spiritual battle. There's an energy of being trapped, feeling trapped, or being stuck in a situation. But then it says longing, which this is an energy of someone wanting to sit down and talk. It literally says, let's talk. Let me show you. Let's talk. Missing you, reunion. Okay. I'm telling you, peace talks. Wanting to sit down, hopeful, Archangel Michael. There's protection. There's spiritual divine protection around this situation. I'm telling you right now, look at this. We have the Chariot is the first card. And the Lovers. Okay, what did I tell you? So I'm telling you right now with the Ten of Swords, you listen. They don't want any smoke with any neighboring countries next to Iran. They don't want to get Syria involved. They don't want to get these other outlying countries involved. Because with the Chariot and the Lovers, they already have an agreement to come in. They already have an agreement. We will ride. If it gets down to the wire and if they start like bogarting their way into the strait or these things, I feel like there's going to be repercussions. If there are boots put on the ground in Iran, there's going to be repercussions. We have the Ten of Swords here. This is telling me right now, like, this is not pretty. They already have an agreement that they are going to ride for one another should anything go down. Underneath the deck, we have the Six of Wands. This is all about public. This is all about public facing, attention, paying attention, being seen. This is also all about victory and winning. Being seen as the one who is winning. And we have the Seven of Swords. So there's also an energy of someone who's either not being honest or they're not going to be honest about this, or someone who's being deceitful about the position. Someone could be saying that they're winning and yet they're losing. I think this is already happening, if you can see. Queen of Pentacles and the Three of Wands. I feel like there's an energy of that they're wanting to get someone to I don't want to say believe them, but getting someone to go along with what they're doing. Do you know what I mean? Because the Queen of Pentacles here, that's all about compassion, right? And the Three of Wands is all about going somewhere or going to the next phase or expanding or taking a leap, going to, you know what I mean? Some sort of movement, right? But it's moving forward. Yeah, wanting someone to go along with you, wanting someone to go along with you, wanting someone to feel what you're feeling and to go along with how you're feelings. You know what I mean? Getting someone to agree with your feelings or how you're looking at a situation. Looking for some sort of an agreement or acceptance. Okay. So, what I'm seeing in all of this, it's a secret agreement. It's a secret agreement. You have the Eight of Wands, you have the Six of Pentacles, and you have Judgment with the Strength card. Need I say more? The Eight of Wands represents communication. Okay, people talking. People are doing a whole lot of talking. Okay, and they're talking about some sort of movement, some sort of quick action, quick movement that is going to be taking place. Six of Pentacles, one-sided. So there's an energy of, you have people that are talking in secret about some sort of movements that are going to be made. This is all one-sided information, so only they know, but the other receiving end is not going to have this information. This sounds like a sneak attack. We have Judgment and we have Strength. Again, this is a reckoning. This is also regarding courage. I mean, does that not look like something huge happening or taking place? Someone is going to do something huge to wreak havoc on a situation or perhaps on a country. Tell me what y'all think. Lastly, and this is a major question, will DT continue to stand with NYU? Or will something change with DT's current position? Okay. Which has been to do with NYU wants, right? But let's just ask. We've asked in a different reading, but in a different way. But let's ask again. I'm going to use the same deck. Will DT continue to stand with NYU? Or will something change with DT's current position? What is the energy? Will DT continue to stand with NYU? So we have masculine energy, authority, discipline, and father figure. Okay. Every time this card comes out, I feel like I have to cover them up. Okay. But as you can see, authority, discipline, and father figure. So some controller, emperor, this is someone who makes the rules. This is someone who can change the rules when they want to. They make the rules. Uh-oh. We got karmics in the reverse. Karmics in the reverse. This talks about third parties, haters, and lessons learned, but this is in the reverse. Someone who's in control of a situation, but they're not learning their lesson. That's like Six of Wands in the reverse almost. Or that's like the Queen of Wands in the reverse. Even worse. Okay, under the deck, we have thrills, continuous cycles. Okay, see? So lessons learned and then continuous cycles. See, this is toxic. Continuous cycles, bad decisions. Okay, and then we have salty, bitter, angry, and petty. And then we have boundaries and suffering in silence. There's something, and I'm going to maintain and stand on this. I feel like NYU has something over DT. Because if not, then DT should be able to do what DT wants. If DT wants to stand on business, right? But I'm feeling like with third parties, haters, and lessons learned in the reverse, DT can't stand on business because it would be gambling. Someone would be very salty, boundaries would be crossed. And with suffering in silence, this talks about real feelings, unspoken desires, broken dreams. Somebody's going to tell the truth, or there's going to be some information released about the other leader. I'm telling you right now, we have antisocial here behind all of this, okay? Yep, in their feelings, silent treatment, and left out. I'm getting an energy of this dude is not going to say one word. Emotions, worry, and straight up fear. Okay? Y'all better pay attention. Y'all better pay attention. This is all alleged, but this is energy. So let's look at the tarot messages here. Somebody is in control. Uh-oh. What? That card wanted to come out, and we have a flipper. So what do we have here? We have the Eight of Pentacles, and we have the Five of Swords in the reverse. This is someone who is minding their business, okay? Because with that Five of Swords in the reverse, they don't want to cause any problems. They honestly don't. This is someone who they're sorry or they're remorseful. There's the energy of this person is not trying to, they just don't want to fight anymore. They don't want any problems. Why? Eight of Pentacles is someone who's focusing on what they're doing. They're minding their business. You see what I'm saying? And they're minding their business. They're not getting involved, not wanting to upset the other person because they don't want to cause any problems. It's like they're scared. Okay? It's like there's some sort of fear. Uh-oh, that card fell on the floor. So we have the Knight of Pentacles. This is talking about someone who is, they're very, it's like you can count on this person. This talks about reliable, something that you know is always going to be there. There's also an energy of something that is moving slowly, but they're moving forward very slow, apprehensive. Because look, we have the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. See, they're afraid to make a bad decision, or this is somebody who's insecure. They don't want to make any mistakes here. So they're moving with caution. This is somebody who's nervous. I'm telling you right now, it's like somebody has something over the other person's head. Oh my God. And this is all about insecurity. Okay, let's get one more, two more, and then we'll look under the deck. We have Temperance here. Look. Temperance and the Ten of Pentacles. This is like bribery for me. This is an energy in this particular situation with the question that we asked, okay, because we have to look at the context of the question. This is all about balancing things out. Ten of Pentacles. This is all about some sort of a windfall or some sort of something coming in very quickly. This also talks about security. Balancing out security. Could even be with money. Could be financial. Could be bribery. Under the deck, you have the Hermit. See? Somebody is sitting back and they're waiting on someone else, or they're contemplating a situation they're trying to evaluate. With the Knight of Swords, this is someone who is now changing or going in a different direction. Do you see what I mean? They're sitting back and then they're making a decision. I don't think I want to go that route. We have the King of Pentacles here and the Two of Cups. See? I'm telling you right now. King of Pentacles, all about financial security. It's all about taking the safe route. And with that Two of Cups, we're forever in cahoots. You see what I'm saying? There's an energy of I'm stuck to you like glue. Because you have information that I don't want to ever get out. That's what I'm getting. Take how it resonates, though. And I'll see you guys in the next Conspiracy Theories. I love you. Bye.